Live. Well, the timer is down to 0, which must mean that it's time for us to jump in to the very first Alter Live show. Hello, Maeve Brooks. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Andy?
I am awesome. There's our names right there. Welcome into the Alter Live show. I'm Andy Mage. That over there is Maeve Brooks. We are so
And I'm Maeve
happy.
Brooks. Yep.
We're so happy that you're joining us for kind of the journey that we're on here at Alter Live. We are we're newer to the internet game like this, and I was actually inspired by our good friend Doc Rock over at Ecamm Live. Ecamm, we're using Ecamm. Shout out to them. They're pretty
Love
dope. If you are not using their stuff, jump into the comments or jump into the description of this video. We're going to have links for Ecamm all over the place. We're also going to have links for Alter Live. Maeve, first and foremost, as we were getting ready for this podcast show, I haven't
Yes.
really decided on terminology yet for what we're doing, so we're just going to call it show, and then we're going to go from
That
there.
works.
Okay.
Good.
You were telling
Love
me
it.
that your family was out on the deck yelling at you. Can you walk me through exactly why you need sound reinforcement in that room there?
Yes. Well, they weren't yelling at me this time around, but there's always time for that throughout this show. But I had to leave while we were setting up to close the windows because I could hear conversations happening and I didn't want that to disrupt us. And there's always a chance that they'll hear me, talking to myself, though I'm not talking to myself. And they would yell at me and say, "What are you doing up there?" Or or if I would close the windows, they would yell at me to open the windows to let in some fresh air and to not be like the hermit shut in that I often act like.
Awesome. I'm gonna put as a note into one of the Google Docs that we have. Bring Maeve's family on to
Oh
interview
my
them,
gosh.
because I think that would be just absolutely hysterical at some point. To bring, is your sister? Is that who it is? There, your sister?
Oh, it's everyone. It's my aunt, my uncle, my mom, my dad, my sisters. It's just everyone.
I think it would be hysterical to bring them on camera and just say like, "Hey, give us like the dirt on Maeve. Like, give me the
Oh
details,
my
that
gosh.
the stuff that we don't know about. Like, let's clear away some of the leaves off of the trees there."
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Cool. Well, let's jump into the Alter Live show. So, typically, what happens with when you have companies and platforms and things is they kind of do very dry walkthroughs. But Maeve, first off, talk to me about what Alter Live actually is.
Well, thank you so much for asking,
Oh,
Andy.
you're welcome. It's like we
Alter
planned this.
I know, right? Alter Live is an online church platform designed for faith communities to stream and host interactive and engaging events and services.
Mm.
Alter Live helps you gather your people together online where they can worship and watch parties, freely socialize at virtual tables, and even find private places to pray with each other.
Yeah, it's this kind of all-in-one platform that
It's
really
great.
helps. Yeah, it helps with churches. It helps with really anybody that is looking to kind of do three big things. Alter Live is great at three big things. We're great at events, holding events,
Hmm.
hosting events. We're going to jump into an event in just a minute. We're really great at how kind of opening up breakout rooms and things off of those events. We have a lobby system. We have all sorts of things happening around it. And then we're great at meetings as well. And when I say meetings,
Hmm.
I mean like Zoom replacement, total 100%
Yeah,
autonomous. This is what we do.
exactly.
This is our bread and butter type thing. And so, through the course of the Alter Live show, what we want to do is we want to talk to you. Open the windows is the comment that just came in.
Oh dear.
I would love to hear exactly everything that's happening there. Let me move that comment down just a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Well, there's also the oh my gosh. Well, there's also the worry of like bugs flying in because my screen has a hole in it. So there's just like a lot of issues happening right now.
fantastic. Yeah, you could go old school and just grill the aluminum foil over there if you want to do that.
Oh my gosh. You
Yeah,
know, that's
look,
always an option.
yeah, I look like a crack house from South Miami. Anyway, I digress. The Alter Live show is designed to really kind of peel back the curtain a little bit on what Alter Live is, but also for us to really help you on the other side of the broadcast here. We really want to jump into our community. We've been watching a community steadily forming around this platform, and we want to help you. Really, that's what Maeve and I we work with Alter Live and kind of around it, so that we can help you get established and get involved with your church, your community, your congregation, also any meetings and sort of small group things that you're doing, any events, conferences. We interviewed a comedian last week. You're going to be seeing some clips
That
about
was
that.
awesome.
It was dope.
Oh, he
And
was great.
we're going to be just kind of talking through some of that stuff, but also we want to bring you along for the ride. So if
Hmm.
at any point you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, all those things, you got to chat. You know how to use a chat. We've been around on the internet long enough to know how to use a chat. Throw those questions in there. Grill us in the comments section. We're pretty good at taking the heat here. And also, if you have not already, there's a big fat subscribe button right under this video. Hit that subscribe button. We're putting on some killer video content each and every week, not just tutorial videos and not just kind of salesy marketing videos, but really some quality of life things for you to understand how Alter Live works, how it can fit into your world, and most importantly, how we can help you through that. And speaking of help today, Maeve, we wanted to talk about one of the most basic things,
Yeah.
and one of the things that we're seeing a lot of people stepping into with events. So when we hold an event in Alter Live, I'm gonna pull up a screen here real quick. Let me click this here button. Thanks, Ecamm, for making this so easy. Oop, outside of that little
Yes.
name
Love
there.
you.
Yes, Ecamm is the best. I'm still working out some kinks here, so just There we go. Okay, we're good to go.
Perfect.
We are into an event. Now you can see that this live event will start in 25 minutes. I did that for a reason. We're going to manually go live with this event. Maeve, what am I looking at here?
So you're looking at the auditorium, event space, whatever you want to call it. You'll see a bunch of different seats, places where you can take a seat. And on Altar Live, you can actually click on this seat icon and take a seat. So if I click on it, oh, and Andy, you've already joined me. Thank you. You'll see us. And the great thing about Altar Live, when you join a row, here, I'm gonna turn my camera. Would you turn your camera on and wave for
Yeah,
me, Andy?
mine
Oh,
it
there we go.
yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go. It's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
So you
it's
can
going to be
see
a little
me.
wonky right now.
But you can see me. And so, you have the opportunity to turn off your camera if you want. If your hair is a little crazy that day, you don't want to interact, you don't have to show your face. But when you join a row, you will be able to see the other people in the row.
Hmm.
You can interact with them. You can talk and engage with other people in your row without disturbing the service. This is huge. So while the sermon or the event, the seminar, whatever is going on, you can actually interact with the people in your row.
I'm actually
And
going
this
to
kind of
start
brings,
I'm going to start this video feed right now.
oh, perfect.
Let's go like
Um,
this. We are a and we'll get to your question in just a second there. I'm going to go live at this event and we are going live. Boom, there we go. And we're live. I'm going to click play video and hey, that's me. This is the church that I actually work for. I'm also a digital pastor. It's a little not self-promotion, but it was just the closest YouTube video I had. We are using a pre-recorded video here, and I'm going to skip forward so we can get to some of the worship. There we go. That's Whitney. Whitney's great. Anyway, sorry, Maeve, I cut you off there.
No worries. So while the event and service is going on, you can actually interact with the other people in your row. This is great for passing the peace, greeting people, side
Passing the
conversations.
peace. Oh, yeah. I'm typing that in
Yes,
the chat. Passing the peace.
yes. So, I don't condone talking in church, but you always have to maybe, whisper to someone next to you, see what's going on. It
Hmm.
kind of brings that back the authentic feel of being in church or being in any event where something happens during the sermon or the event and you can say, oh, I like really love what the pastor said, or oh, that's such a great verse, let me write that down.
Hmm.
So it just brings that community feel back. um and yeah, so you can do the side. And oh, when a pastor poses a discussion question, this often happens when pastors say, like, maybe turn to your neighbor and talk about this passage we just talked about. You can do that with Altar Live. You
Hmm.
can you can talk with people in your row. But then, if you want to go around during Pass the Peace and talk to other people, you can easily go to another row. So watch this. I'm gonna go to another row.
Oh, wait, where did
There's
you
no one in
go?
this row right now.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
jumping into the row. There we go, right there.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
there
Maeve,
you
what's
go.
going on?
Hi,
You still can't see me
Andy.
because I screwed up my camera settings.
Oh, that's okay. Um, but joining rows during an event is super easy, and it allows that sense of community to come back where you can greet people, pass the peace, and have those side conversations if you need them, if you
Ab-
need that to happen.
Absolutely. Now, okay, so we've talked about hosting. You saw at the very beginning of this, I clicked this little button up here, and it's not quite visible in the kind of the window right now. But up here, there's a little option that says host options. Hosts have the ability to
Yeah.
start things when they're not really. And when it's not time to start, if like something happens and you immediately need to get going, you can click go live. What else can I do as a host up here?
This is a great question. There are two
Wow,
things.
thanks.
There are two things. One, we just released this week, so this is new. You have heard it here first, folks. If you
I
are a
need a breaking
host,
news. Hold on, I need a breaking news sound effect.
breaking
Here we
news.
go. Uh, yeah, there it is, right there. And then
Oh,
I
love
can.
it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. What now? What?
Okay, so as a host, you can join a row that is already full. So if there's not, this row isn't full, but pretend this row is full.
Okay.
And I'm a host and I need to, talk to Andy or talk to someone else in this full row. As a host, I can join that row, even though the 4 seats are taken.
Hmm.
Um, and we really value our hosts. Hosts and admins are a huge part of making Altar Live work. And so the people who are the hosts and admins, they have those special privileges because we want to give special attention to them.
Hmm.
Another thing you can do as a host is move the whole event to the lobby.
And
So
we're off.
Andy's gonna, oh, great. And it gives you a nice little countdown just so people know you're about to move them to the lobby so you don't, scare them where to go. Okay, so now we're in the lobby. Andy has just moved us, and immediately we have both joined a table. Oh no,
I
Andy left my
left.
table.
Yeah, I
I'm
left because I wanted to go
I'm
to. I
offended.
wanted to rename my table the prayer table because of course I'm holy,
Oh yes,
and that's what I do.
because okay, well, I don't know. I'm sad now. So I'm sad now, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
here,
join
I'll
you
come
at
back.
this
Oh,
table.
cool. Oh, welcome back
Okay,
to the
there we go.
prayer table.
We're both at the prayer table. So you can name your tables.
Here,
So these
you might
serve
want to mute yourself there.
Oh, thank you. So these serve as breakout rooms, smaller breakout rooms. There's only four spots, which help with some privacy, some small group stuff. And people may ask, oh, why can't we have more seats at a table? And that leads us to rooms, which we'll talk about later. I'm just going to tease it. We'll talk about that next time. You're going to have to be surprised and wait and see. But with tables are great. They function pretty much the same as rows, except there's 4 people. You can interact with the people at your table. It's great for prayer. It's great for discussion.
Mm,
It's kind of serves at that after the church service. You go to the lobby. There's some coffee. Your mom starts talking to Miss Sue, who lives
I
up the
love Miss
street,
Sue.
and they're talking for hours and hours and hours, and you're just hanging out in the lobby. This is what this is for. It's for people to connect. It's for people to catch up. It's for people to just be together online,
Mm.
which is, the new way of doing things. And we're bringing that to the next level for the church community.
I love it, and that you explained it so well. I'm gonna
Thank
be
you.
able to see your cursor. I can't do that right now. You explained it so well. The coolest thing about this kind of table area that really blew my mind as a digital pastor, kind of in my day job, is that I miss a lot of that digital. I miss a lot of that connection when we make the transition to digital. It's fun to go into a lobby after a church service and people are chatting and hanging out. And the church I'm at, the lobby is usually crammed with people
Mm,
drinking coffee and kids running around and just life happening. And that is what Altar Live does. It's not a simulation of it. It's the real thing. This is real
yeah.
community. This is real kind of engagement happening right here in this kind of space. And it allows you to really continue to further your church. And we'll like Maeve said, we'll talk about rooms over the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about meetings, but this is kind of the jumping off point right here, and it
Hmm.
allows you can rename your tables. I'm going to name this, table the pastor's corner or whatever. Typically, a lead pastor or a speaking pastor would come into an area and he'd say, "Hey, to all the newcomers, you can do that here, or you can create a room." There's just a million different ways to do things in here. Now, we did have a question from 2C Worship Center, and I still can't get my stupid comments to come up. Maybe I can do this. No. Anyway, whatever. Ecam, I love you. I need to figure you out a little bit more. It's my fault. It's not them. It's me. 2C said, is there an unlimited plan where you select Altar Live as the platform? So 2C, we do have a couple of plans. All of our plans are based on usage. And we allow you, first of all, we give you a 14-day free trial so you can go in there and mess around and really start to get your practices and procedures down before anything else happens. We trust and we believe that you're going to love exactly what you're jumping into. But the second part of that is that all of our kind of plans are based on members that you have in the community, and so we figure it's easier to do that than just say, hey, here's a flat rate of an exorbitant billion like some other services out there. We allow you to play one rate. That's it. And what we'll talk about in a couple of weeks as well is that's for all of your meetings, that's for all of your events, and that's for all of your rooms, all with one subscription. You don't need to pay 5 or 6 or 8 different subscriptions. So that also is a super, super cool thing. Maeve, we're going to wrap up here in just a minute. Anything else you can
Great.
tell me about tables? Anything that we may have missed, I may have missed, you may have missed? Let's go back
I
to
think
this.
Oh yeah. So I think just the having the rows and the tables just really bring back that sense of community. This platform is great for engagement.
Hmm.
We've had those platforms that have really good quality live streaming, but there's only a chat and there's only comments. There's only so much you can do. With Alter Live, you can talk to people, you can engage, you can catch up, and you can create relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's exactly Stephanie. There's a comment here that I would love to be able to bring in. There's Stephanie's fantastic smiling face there. And she just said that engagement is the hardest part of online services. Absolutely. Yes and amen. 1000%. It is. Maeve, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
Absolutely. We will see you guys next week. Make sure to continue to subscribe. Make sure to continue to jump into all of our social media accounts. They will be at the kind of outro screen here. We would love to start a conversation with you about Alter Live. You can also go to alterlive.com to register for a free trial and to really jump in and see what all of the buzz is about. We will talk to you next week.
Bye.
And we are out. Whoop. You there?